many of you would look at a chart like this and tell yourself that you would never touch it? And I get it. I mean, look, this is a stock that is up over 200% in the last 6 months, trading at all-time highs. I understand why it may feel like chasing at this point. But what if I told you that this was Nvidia and it went up another 200% since then? And I get why you don't want to chase stocks. It's probably what you've always been taught, because stocks that rocket up very often rocket right back down. However, during that initial run, that's where the real opportunity resides. I mean, look at SQ here. When it's trading at $150, this looks like a chase. Then you zoom out. Hey, it's trading at $190. This looks like a chase. Ends up getting all the way up to $290 before, of course, falling off hard. So what if there was a way that we could quantify and objectify when a stock is strong and we should be looking for buys on it versus when it's weak and we would now be catching the falling knife on it? Before we get into today's trade strategy, if you are interested in having objectified reasons for your trades, I have published over 75 of my own custom-coded trade strategies, studies, and even scanners over on my website, daytradingstrategies.net. There'll be a link in the description down below. Navigate to that, click on our codes, get signed up to access them all today. The main idea of today's strategy is extremely simple. Once again, how do we know when we should be looking to long a stock versus when we should be leaving it alone? Well, I'm going to turn on a simple moving average. First off, if you don't know what a simple moving average study does, simply takes the average closing price over the last X number of bars. I'm going to set my X number of bars back to the length of 200. So what is now going to be plotted on my chart once I hit apply here is the average closing price out of the last 200 bars. This is a very useful indicator for objectifying macro strength. When the stock is above this, you can be looking for longs. When the stock is below this, you shouldn't be looking for longs. Great way, as you can see here on SQ, to capture the strength. Even though, yes, oh my gosh, this looks like chasing, and maybe it is chasing. Chasing doesn't always have to be a bad thing, right? It can be part of your trade arsenal, a continuation strategy like this, buying above the 200 simple moving average, looking for that continuation. But you also then need to know, hey, when this thing is weak, let's not try to buy it anymore. I mean, look at obviously how hard SQ falls off once it breaks down below its 200 simple moving average. So yes, while chasing can be a part of a trade plan, it is important to utilize an indicator like the 200 simple moving average to objectify when it's a good idea and when it's not a good idea. So I've built a simple scanner to help us find stocks matching our trade setup. We've got our close set to a minimum of $1, market cap set to a minimum of 500 million, and daily volume set to a minimum of 5 million. Those are just our stock filters. You can obviously adjust these to whatever types of stocks you like to trade. These are the types of stocks I like to trade: large market cap, large volume stocks. What's important now is this study filter, which I have set equal to the following code. Close is greater than the simple moving average with a length set equal to 200. I built this using the condition wizard here. Got our close is greater than a 200 length simple moving average. So this is, of course, showing us any stock, obviously matching these stock filters, that is also above the 200 SMA, SOUN, NVIDIA, RGTI, Palantir, etc. Now, the magic of this scanner comes from a custom column that I have created. I'm going to click on this little cog here, go to customize. I have named my column the average distance. If I turn this on, what this is now going to allow us to do is to sort this column. And what this column is showing is the percent difference between the current closing price on the daily chart versus the 200 SMA on the daily chart. So if I go ahead and sort this top down, I am now seeing, of course, the types of stocks I want to see that are above the 200 SMA, and I have them sorted by which ones are the strongest versus that 200 SMA. So stock number one is QUBT. This is saying that it's 572% above its 200 simple moving average, which sounds insane. But we go over and look at this thing, and I mean, look at opportunity provided by this stock, right? If I can get these drawings out of the way, look at opportunity provided by this stock. I mean, you look at it now, and once again, your brain is going to want to go, Trey, I would never buy that. Look at how stretched it is. Guess what? It was very stretched when it was trading here at $5, $6 as well. And it would have also been on the scanner here because it was up over 600% away from its 200 simple moving average. So it would have been on those days also right at the top of the scanner. And guess what? Even since that move, it's gone from $5 up to over $9. This thing is going to provide you with opportunity for either swing trading, or obviously this is a great way to find volatile stocks to intraday trade as well, if that's more your thing. But let's hop back out to the daily. Let's click through a couple of more stocks just to make sure this is working correctly. Next is QBTS, another stock absolutely rocket shipping away from its 200 simple moving average. Hopefully you can see opportunity that could be provided by a thing like this. I forgot what the third one was. RGTI, another stock absolutely ripping away from its 200 simple moving average. And these, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm someone obviously that's very involved in stock market social media. I've not seen a single mention of any of these three tickers on any of the groups or pages that I follow. The beauty of building a scanner like this is you can find stocks that oftentimes other people aren't even talking about, but look at how they're ripping. Look at the opportunity they are still providing. That scanner, along with the custom scan column, are both available over on my website, daytradingstrategies.net. Once again, with over 75 other custom codes. So if you're interested in this sort of thing, go ahead, get signed up today. Yes, it costs money. I'm sorry. I would love to be able to give it to you for free, but listen, I've spent hundreds of hours building these things. I've got to get something out of it. My grandfather always told me, yours probably told you the same thing. If you're good at something, never do it for free. Hey, but since you all made it this far, go ahead and use coupon code END at checkout. Your first month will only be $25. And don't feel like you're locked in, because at any time you can cancel under the My Account tab. So you're going to get access to 75 codes for only $25. I don't even know how that math works out. Something like 35 cents a code or something. And I am always adding and updating to my list of codes so that you can remain on top of ever-changing market conditions. So once again, daytradingstrategies.net, link in the description down below. So you all just learned in 8 minutes here a very simple way to find the objectively strongest stocks in the stock market at any given time. Hopefully you find value in that. Hopefully you feel like this video was a good use of 8 minutes of your time. Please hit the like button if you learned something. Make sure you're subscribed if you would like to learn more. With all that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one.